Hello from San Antonio. This is SIREN Tarot. Welcome back to another Pick a Card reading. Who are you destined to be with? This reading is timeless. But as I record this reading, oh my God, it's 4:44 p.m. on the stove clock in San Antonio, Texas. Make a wish. The chili is on the stove. It is bitterly cold in San Antonio. I need to clear my throat chakra. So, chili with cornbread and beer. Yes. So timestamps are always provided. You can go right to your pile. You don't have to listen to all of this, but I got to put this out there. So timeless reading, but as I record this, today is December 22nd, 2022. I will be hanging up my spurs tomorrow, December 23rd, my last day to upload videos to SIREN Tarot, Extra Basic Tarot, Sky Radio, Ambulance Press, etc., etc. I'm taking a long winter's nap. No Patreon, no client readings. I know that even though I'm saying this, I've said it in numerous videos, I expect to get all kinds of email in the next few months, people paying for readings. I'll either issue a refund or tell you that I don't know when I'll be able to do your reading because I'll be homeless. Not living under a bridge homeless, but living in my mom's guest bedroom homeless with the inability to read tarot because my mom is a devout Christian. So, taking a break, and I'm looking at the positive side. I'm saying, okay, I'll finally have no choice but to buckle down and revise the novel that I wrote for NaNoWriMo, November 2021, The Queen of Texas. I'll finally be able to commit to that revision. So it's a good thing. Hopefully I'll be back online in Pisces season 2023. Okay, 4 options. These cards are from my Palabras deck, which is available at makeplaincards.com. The only thing that makes it a tarot deck is it's 78 cards. No major, no minor arcana. It's totally up to the intuition. Option 1. Option 2. And if I had made enough money doing this channel and doing client readings all these years, I could get a house, I could get a Dodge Ram pickup truck. So the money hasn't been tremendously great. It's been good and then not so good. So it's been mixed. So I feel all kinds of ways about this. Okay. Option 4, Cuatro. Take a deep breath and make your selection. If you chose the first card, here is your reading. If you chose this card, you are probably really optimistic when it comes to money. You could have a Jupiter that makes favorable aspects. You could have Jupiter in the 5th house, Jupiter Sagittarius, Jupiter conjunct Venus, Jupiter trine Venus, something like that. Money is important to you, and there's not a damn thing wrong with that. Who are you destined to be with? This will be a relatively short reading because I'm working with natural light. It's almost gone. It's 4:49 p.m. San Antonio, Texas. But timeless reading. You could be watching this reading in August 2023, January 2025. If YouTube is still a thing in 2025, I'm sure it will be. It's a monster. If this channel is still a thing in 2025. Who are you destined to be with? Seis de Copas, Six of Cups. Cuatro de Bastos, Four of Wands. That's a damn good start. This feels loose. The thumbnail fell off. I had to put on a new one and it doesn't feel very sturdy. Cinco de Oros, Five of Pentacles. I combine basic bitch bicycle decks for synchronicity purposes. So as I was saying in the intro, which a lot of people probably won't listen to because there are timestamps to get straight to your reading, I'm taking a long break. So as I record this, it's December 22nd, tomorrow, December 23rd, my last day to upload to YouTube, my last day to upload to Patreon, my last day to do client readings. I'm hoping to be online again in Pisces season 2023, but I don't know. So donations, always ecstatically accepted. Three of Swords, Tres de Espadas. Cinco de Oros again. Five of Pentacles. Five of Swords, Cinco de Espadas. Okay. You have some stuff to clear up before you manifest this optimal Four of Wands, Six of Cups relationship. These are the dark spots, obviously. The Three of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Okay. If you're operating from a place of lack, you need to clean that shit up. And it's hard. If you come from a place of lack, if you didn't have the best start in life, if you have this pattern of attracting partners who tear you down, if you're a narcissist magnet, it's not an easy process, but you're going to have to just immerse yourself in the Ace of Cups, indulge in self-love and be consistent. Set the bar high, make a list, say this is what I expect to find in a partner, this is what I claim. I'm not asking, I'm not requesting, I'm claiming this is what I will manifest. This is the kind of partnership I will manifest. And you kind of have to be a badass about it. You can't be limp dick. You can't be lukewarm, wishy-washy. It may require something drastic, as in my case in November 2016, when I said, you know, I may be alone for the rest of my life. I may never have sex with a man again. I may never fall in love again. I may never get married again. But I've been married and divorced twice, so it's not like I've not had a lot of experiences with men. I've had plenty, more than my fair share. But I'm a love addict. I'm a codependent. I said, okay, if this is it, this is it. But I refuse to stay in a relationship with a man who doesn't really care if I live or die. It was companionship. It was sex for him. He wasn't speaking my love language. There was no warmth. I require warmth. I require cuddling and hand-holding and looking into each other's eyes and soulfulness. I require heart and soul. And that was not present in my most recent romantic sexual relationship. So if you're still pining for an ex who treated you like shit, or if you have a pattern of attracting people who are arrogant, emotionally unavailable, narcissistic, whatever, you're going to have to clean that up. It's like I say all the time, the best cards in the deck begin with each of us. So yeah, I'm on a soapbox, but I kind of have to be. There's no sugarcoating here. We've got 2 really good cards, and we've got some less than wonderful cards around them. Keeping it real, as always. You want to operate from a place of surplus. Operate from a surplus rather than from a lack, rather than from a deficiency. Law of attraction, law of assumption. I've done it until I have no throat chakra left. I mean, I couldn't work much harder than what I've worked these past few years. I've worked my ass off. And I'm not just sitting around clutching the mala beads, scripting and affirming. I'm putting in the work. I have put in the work. So some people will say you don't have to do any work at all. It's not about the 3D, it's about the 5D. Just affirm, affirm, affirm. You're getting evicted. You're getting, I don't know, you're on the street, you're homeless. But keep affirming. I think there has to be a blend of the 3D and the 5D. That's just common sense. I've got an Earth dominant chart, Capricorn, Virgo. I believe you have to put in the effort. But you want to build yourself up with the affirmations and the scripting and the manifestation journal. Make a list and say, these things are non-negotiable. X, Y, Z. I don't want a smoker. I don't want an alcoholic. I don't want someone who's still stuck on an ex who broke their heart in 1993 or some shit. This person has to be free and clear to love me. So you can focus on physicality, you can focus on astrology, whatever. It's your list. Be as specific and as detailed as you want to be. So when you've cleaned up your yard, when you have prepared a rock solid foundation and you're operating from a surplus, this is going to be super quick. You're going to meet, and it may not be love at first sight, but it's going to be recognition at first sight, which that's soulmates. You know, you look into each other's eyes and you feel that familiarity. Don't I know you from somewhere? Yeah, you probably fucked around in a previous incarnation. Maybe you were a king and queen in a previous incarnation. Maybe you were the toast of Egypt in a previous incarnation. So now in this life, you had some stuff to go through, but you finally meet. It seems long overdue, but it goes super fast. You meet, you fall in love, and you have this glorious beach wedding at sunrise or something similar. I have a few videos at this channel. I go more in depth at Patreon. I believe that the keys to synastry are the moon and Mercury. You want someone who speaks your love language, someone who understands you, someone you can just be comfortable with when you're at home, because the moon is home. When you're out in the world kicking ass, getting groceries at Walmart, HEB, whatever, that's the sun, the life force. When you're at home and you're vulnerable and you're most yourself, the defenses are down, that's your moon. So obviously you're sharing a bed and a home with someone, you want to have good moon synastry. The tighter the orb, the better. So one example of many, you could have your moon at 3 Capricorn. The person you're destined to be with, he or she could have their moon at 5 Capricorn. The conjunction is best. I think the opposition is also good because you complement each other. There's a balance. The square can work if you have softer aspects to support the square. I think of Paul McCartney and Linda McCartney. They were as close to soulmates as you can get. I mean, they had gold standard synastry, but Paul's moon in Leo was square Linda's moon in Scorpio. And it was tied. It was like a 1-degree orb. But it worked for them. They had a very successful marriage. I think they had 4 kids together. Anyway, this could start off as third party unless this is speaking to a pattern you've had of falling for people who are unavailable and you need to clear that shit up. Or falling for people you don't have much in common with, there's no understanding, it's just a strong sexual attraction, you want to clean that up. Mercury is how we communicate. So I would say it's pretty important that you find someone you can communicate effectively with. who is this person going to be, this person you're destined to be with? This person is going to be extremely masculine, regardless of their gender. Their astro combo could be all masculine. For example, they could have Sun in Gemini, Aries rising, Moon in Aquarius. Extrovert, highly intelligent, above average intelligence. Money is not an issue. Money is not a problem for this person, but they're not pretentious with their money. They're not about the Gucci or the Versace. They're about the Dodge Ram pickup truck. They're about a house that's not in the fuck noise. So maybe a house in the woods, a rural community. Although this person is an extrovert, they also like their privacy. They don't want a bunch of neighbors with their animals around them. I could see you growing a garden together. I can see you taking a lot of road trips together. You're going to be partners. You could start a business together. So yeah, that's what I see for pile 1. I hope that helps, entertains, educates, elucidates. Peace out. And if you chose dose, card number 2, you probably have strong Sagittarius in your chart. You could be an extrovert. You could be really talkative, highly energetic. You could be working out right now. You could be running on a treadmill, or you're on a bike and you're listening to me as you sweat. I don't know. Let's keep going. This will be short. I'm working with natural light. It'll be gone soon. I went pretty in depth for pile 1. I wasn't expecting to go that in depth. Rey de Bastos, King of Wands, Cinco de Espadas, 5 of Swords, El Sumo Sacerdote, Hierophant. I feel like this is going to fall off. I was putting the groceries away. We've got chili on the stove. It's cold in San Antonio. We're going to have chili and cornbread with beer. I put on a new thumbnail and it feels loose. These will come off soon. Okay. Nine of Swords, maybe the Espadas. 10 of Swords, the Espadas. And 8 of Swords. Capricorn, Saturn, because 8 is Capricorn. Ocho de Espadas. Okay, this is very similar to pile 1. You got some stuff to clean up here. You could have really strong religious convictions and you refuse to compromise. One example of many, you could be a Catholic and you're not going to fuck with someone unless they're a Catholic. You could be stuck in a rigid mindset. Maybe you're following a blueprint that your parents formed for you and you're not asking questions, you're not thinking outside the box, you're not trying to find your own path. I mean, I see Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is usually one of the freest thinkers in the zodiac. I would say that Sagittarius and Aquarius are toe-to-toe for being an independent thinker. Maybe you have Sun in Sagittarius, Mercury in Capricorn, and you think more traditionally. But you're going to have to break out of this. I'm seeing stagnancy, I'm seeing stasis, and you're going to have to break out and maybe rearrange your expectations. Don't compromise, but if you're thinking this person has to be a certain ethnicity or a certain religion, you might have to change that. This could also be saying the person you're going to attract, the person you're destined to be with, they are very rigid and traditional. They could be a Catholic. They could be a Mormon. They could be an Orthodox Jew. I don't know. Okay, I'll describe the person that you're destined to be with. I got off on a soapbox for pile 1, and I don't want to do that. It's tedious. So, the person you're destined to be with, one possible astral combo for this person, they could have Sun in Sagittarius, they could have Gemini rising, they could have Moon in Taurus. And this person is very arrogant. They're very argumentative. It's their way or the highway. Very dominant. Definitely an extrovert. And they tend to be in their head a lot. Kind of crazy, kind of imbalanced. They could be into conspiracy theories, blue pill, red pill, the Matrix all day, every day. They could have a podcast. They talk a lot. So what's in it for you? Well, if you want someone who is stimulating and challenging, someone where it's just going to be go, 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 go. There's always something going on with this person. Cool. Because there's nothing really soft or feminine about this person. This person is extremely masculine, regardless of their gender. And they take risk. Okay, it doesn't matter if there's a pandemic or whatever, they will hop on a plane and go to Tokyo if they want to go to Tokyo or Fiji or Rio de Janeiro, wherever. I'm seeing a lot of machismo, a lot of badass energy. They could collect guns and knives. They read a lot. This person's a voracious reader. And this person probably broke away from however they were raised. If they were raised to be a Mormon, they could be an atheist. If they were raised to be a Catholic, they could be a Hindu. I feel like they did veer from the path their parents set out for them. If they were born in Brooklyn, they could currently be living in Lima, Peru. So this is not the kind of person who has just spent their entire life in one place. Extremely independent, non-conformist is what I'm getting. So kind of contradicted myself, I guess, from what I said at the beginning, but this person is full of contradictions. It's like the line from Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, Song of Myself from Leaves of Grass. Walt Whitman was a Gemini. I contain multitudes. You're destined to be with someone who is very sure of who they are. This person's not vague. They're not half-ass. And there's going to be a lot of communication, and I see you meeting online, and I see there being tremendous distance. You could be on different continents when you start talking. You're going to have to adapt to fit this person's lifestyle. You're going to have to let this person take the lead, is what I get for pile 2. So that's what I see. That's what I have. I hope that helps, entertains, educates, elucidates. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose Trace, 3, this will be short, quick, to the point, because I'm working with natural light. It'll be gone soon. This thumbnail is going to fall off. I just replaced it. I was putting groceries away and the damn thumbnail fell off. So I'm just not a fingernail kind of person. I'm always using my nails. And I'm not too happy because I lost my Mexican knife. It's a knife that has the Mexican flag on it. So I went to eBay and ordered a replacement, and then the guy sends a message and says, I'm so sorry, we don't have that in stock. Okay, then maybe don't put it on your storefront. Be more careful what you put up for sale if you don't fucking have it. So do you want another knife or do you want a refund? I want a refund because I wanted the Mexican flag knife. So maybe you collect knives, maybe you're a cook or a chef, you like to play the lottery, you like to buy the Mega Millions or the Powerball scratch cards, you like to drink the occasional Negro Modelo or Budweiser, Busch, Corona, Shinerbach, whatever. Maybe you're in Texas. Who are you destined to be with? Uno más. Caballo de Bastos, Knight of Wands. Diez de Espadas, Ten of Swords. La Torre, the Tower. Are you a drama magnet? Do you find yourself living the same telenovela over and over again with different people? You might want to clean that up. You might want to stabilize yourself so you're not pulled into some bullshit. I have to ask myself, why do I keep getting pulled into triangulation? I find someone, there's attraction, there's interest, it's cool, but oh, here's this other person, surprise, married, or crazy in love with someone else. I have to ask myself, what is in me that keeps perpetuating this fucked up dynamic? Ace of Pentacles, As de Oros. Four of Pentacles, Cuatro de Oros. Knight of Pentacles, Caballo de Oros. That's interesting. So we begin and end with the Knight. You're about the same age. The person you're destined to be with, they could be a mix of earth and fire. You could be a mix of earth and fire as well. I call out astro combos just for fun. Your person could have Sun in Aries, Taurus rising, Moon in Capricorn. Perhaps you have Sun in Virgo, Aries rising, Moon in Gemini. You could have Mercury conjunct Mercury or Mercury trine Mercury, which is really fucking good. You always want to look at the orb. It's not enough to say, oh, this person has Mercury in Taurus, I have Mercury in Capricorn, thus we're compatible. You have to look at the orb, the degrees. So yeah, there's going to be a general compatibility if you both have your Mercury in an earth sign, but ideally the person would have their Mercury at, say, 11 Capricorn, and your Mercury is at 12 Taurus, tight trine, tight orb, 1 degree. The tighter the orb, the more intense and gratifying it is. Okay, so you're both realists. You don't see the world through the lens of 50 Shades of Grey. Things are black and white, wrong, right. You have very strong political beliefs and ideologies. Perhaps you have strong religious convictions, or you're very committed to a spiritual path. You don't miss a day of meditation. You got your mala beads, whatever. But you're also both very sensual and sexual. The sex is going to be amazing. You could have Mars conjunct Venus in Taurus, one example of many. But you're going to have prolonged sensual kissing, sweet words, lots of eye contact. This person's going to call you baby. I prefer baby to babe. I think it's just better. I think baby is better than babe. Everyone has their own preference when it comes to terms of endearment. Some people don't use terms of endearment, which is weird to me. I'm all about the terms of endearment, if they're sincere and not ironic. But it could be that one or both of you goes through a major transformation right before you meet. So going through a divorce, changing jobs, moving from Tokyo to San Francisco, something like that. And you're going to find stability with each other. You're going to create a haven, a home where it's cozy. You've got your records playing. You've got the candles, the lava lamp, the incense. You've got the good food. You create meals together, and it's just sublime. This person has a beautiful voice. If this person is masculine, if this is a man, he's got a deep, panty-stropping voice. Who is an example? Who is someone, trying to think of a celebrity who has a really good voice, a man with a good voice? I don't know. I know that one of the things that I loved about my Capricorn ex was his voice. He has a deep voice, and that was just very attractive to me. The two men I had the strongest, most intense feelings were they had really deep voices. Boys to men. Yeah. Whichever boys to men man has the deep voice. I know they have different voices, but I can't think. My brain is jello right now. I'm moving and I'm uploading all this content, and I need to just get out my coloring book and sing karaoke. But yeah, if this is a man, he has a deep, trying to be careful with my language. He's got a deep voice that turns you on. I'll just leave it at that. If this is a woman, she has a very melodious voice like Olivia Newton-John, Sandy in Grease. Hopelessly devoted to you. This is romantic, it's sensual, it's sexual. Money is not an issue, money is not a problem. I can see you staying at 5-star resorts. I can see you eating lobster, caviar, drinking really good champagne, the kind that I can't afford. So that's what I see for pile 3. I hope that helps, entertains, educates, elucidates. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose Quattro, I hope this is good because I chose this one myself. Something's going on with your Taurus, Scorpio axis. In my chart, for example, I've got my MC at 29 Taurus, which means my IC, my roots, my ancestry is 29 Scorpio. So you could have a Taurus ascendant, Scorpio descendant, perhaps, Taurus south node, Scorpio north node, vice versa. Who are you destined to be with? You clear the throat chakra. This thumbnail is going to fall off. I replaced it and it's very wobbly. These are going to have to come off. I'm not really a fingernails kind of person. I never got the acrylics or whatever, the gel nails. I would just get the basic bitch mani-pedi whenever I went to the salon a million years ago. But I like the way they look on cameras, so probably I'll tear these off and buy a new set at Amazon. Uno más. Ocho de copas, 8 of cups. El sol, the sun. Dos de espadas, 2 of swords. Well, it's less than fabulous so far. I don't like this so far. I'll try to make it good. I mean, I can't tell a fairy tale. I can't sugarcoat, but I'll try to make this good. These flipped the fuck out. That's too many cards. Keep going. I obviously combine basic bitch bicycle decks for synchronicity purposes. Okay. Oh, fuck you. 5 of Pentacles. Cinco de Oros. Two of Pentacles, Dos de Oros, and Ace of Pentacles, As de Oros. A lot of Earth. Of course, we have Leo. Two of Swords, I see Libra. I associate Eight of Cups with Scorpio. I just do. A possible astral combo for this person, they could have Sun in Taurus, Leo rising, Moon in Scorpio. It's one possibility of many. But I'm getting a lot of fixed energy. Not mutable, not cardinal, fixed. The fixed energy, the fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I'm not getting Aquarius vibes. Thank God. Because I have Sun and Venus in Aquarius, and I have minimal experience with Aquarian men, and it wasn't good. So I'm not looking for that. But it's like I say all the time, and I tell clients this all the time. You can't carve any of this in stone, especially not a pick a card reading. I mean, come on now, I'm reading for a global audience. It's not a personal reading. But even with a personal reading, you know, that's not the end all be all. We create our reality. So you can make a list. I've manifested all of my exes. I was always intentional. Make a list and be super specific. Say, I want a Taurus who has Leo rising and a Scorpio moon. Or whatever, you know. In a woman's chart, Mars is the kind of man she's attracted to, or the masculine energy she's attracted to. My Mars is set for Capricorn in the 5th, the house of Leo. It's no accident that I've had a lot of experience with Leo men. My son's father is a Leo sun and moon with Mercury in Leo. That's no accident. The man who inspired my novel Bullshit Rodeo, which is available at Amazon, shameless plug. He had Sun and Mercury in Leo. Yeah, and that's no accident. The first man that I lived with, my daughter's father, Leo. So you can make a list and say, this is carved in stone, this is non-negotiable. The man that I'm going to be with has to own real estate, he has to have an excellent credit score, and he has to take me to Fiji on our first date. Yeah, it's a little far-fetched, but whatever. You know, you can be detailed, you can be specific, you can focus on the looks, the physicality, which I never really did. If you put all of my exes in a lineup, it would be a head scratcher because none of these men had anything in common when you just focus on their looks. Well, pretty consistently, I've been drawn to men who have dark hair and dark eyes. But that was never really my focus. I focused more on the general energy. I always wanted an extrovert because I'm an introvert. One thing that I realized recently is that the men that I've had the strongest feelings for, they had a lot of life experience, and they were addicts at some point. My son's father, he was a tweaker in the 90s when he was playing the drums in various rock bands in the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland. He was a tweaker. He worked for the Hells Angels. I'm trying to rush this. He worked for the Hells Angels. He wrote a book. When I met him, I encouraged him to write this book. He has a book at Amazon called Tales from the Tweak Side about his experience in the Bay Area in the 90s, doing and selling meth, playing the drums, and having a lot of sex. So the Capricorn ex, he did some time in federal prison for being a coke dealer. And I'm drawn to that. I'm drawn to men who have led really colorful lives. I don't really fuck with men who have had these very safe, silver spoon in mouth lives. That's not in my wheelhouse. I can't relate. That's why it was abysmal with my first husband, the guy who has a lot of stuff in Libra, because he came from a very functional family, and I couldn't relate to that. His parents are still married, and he lived in the same house for years and years and years, and I can't relate to that. So anyway, you're destined to be with someone who has had a lot of life experience. They have lived a deep life. And when I get the judgmental comments, I just disregard them. They don't mean anything to me. The comments on how I'm not going to be with an alcoholic, or I'm not going to be with someone who used to be an addict, or someone who's dealing with addiction. I can't respond to that. That's just, I can't relate to people who are judgmental and who are looking for Aladdin and Jasmine or Beauty and the Beast or some damn Disney whatever. I live in the real world, and it's fine to say you're going to marry someone who is a lawyer, a politician, a neurosurgeon. If that's your reality, if you believe you have stuff in yourself, in your chart to attract someone like that, well then, go for it. But what I see in these cards is someone who has had a lot of life experience, someone who has struggled with poverty. Whatever this person has now, they got it the hard way. They worked their ass off. So maybe they were a coke dealer in the 90s. And now they're working in the oil field, they're selling real estate. Maybe they went to college and got their law degree in their middle age. I got my basic bitch Bachelor of Arts in English with a concentration in creative writing from UTSA in my 40s, and I have zero shame regarding that. I have zero shame regarding my colorful past and the life that I've lived. So, this person has tattoos. This person has been in bar fights. This person has scars. The man that I'm seeing is Rip from Yellowstone. Now, to me, Rip is a quality man. And he has killed people. He has taken people to the train station, and he's kicked a lot of ass, and he's lived a very deep, volatile life. Kevin Costner is attractive in Yellowstone, but I don't like his voice. And I don't like the lawyer guy at all. Jamie, he's repulsive to me. The other brother, he's also repulsive. I can't think of his name. But I like Rip. So anyway, this is a masculine. This is a man. He is a badass. The song I'm hearing is Long-Haired Redneck, David Allan Coe. I guess he ain't read the signs that say I've been to prison. Someone ought to warn him before I knock him off his chair. 'Cause my long hair just can't cover up my redneck. I've won every fight I ever fought. So yeah, this is not a beta male. This is not someone who has a soft voice. This is not someone who just wants to cuddle and watch Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. This is a man who will fuck you into the middle of next week. And you'll ask for more. You're both very sexual. You're both very sensual. A man of few words. He may be an extrovert, but if he is, he doesn't just talk and talk and talk. He's conservative with his energy. And he does not cast pearls before swine. That's what I see for pile 4, and that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.